Rise up, O flame, by thy lights glowing. Bring to us beauty, wisdom, and joy. Once upon a time, there was a wife and a husband who lived together. But all they would do was the wife would sit and spin by the fire, and the husband would poke in the ashes with sadness, for they had no children, and often talked about how much better their lives would be with a child to make it merry and bright in their home. Well, eventually they did have a little boy, but he was only the size of your thumb, and so he was named Tom Thumb. But his limbs were sound, and he had good sense and a quick wit. And so, even though they gave him all the nourishment he could want, he never grew larger. So, they lived a merry life together and were quite happy, and he grew older and wiser. Now, one day, the father said that he needed to go chop wood in the forest. And Tom said, "Oh, Father, I will drive the horse and cart to meet you there." "Are you sure?" his father said. "Yes, I am. I can do it." And so off his father went to chop wood, and right around midday his mother helped Tom into the horse's ear, and from there he could give commands to the horse. "Yep! Whoa!" he said, and in that way told the horse which roads to take. And they had almost reached the forest when they passed two men who saw a horse and cart driving itself, and yet they could hear the driver giving the directions to the horse. How unusual, they thought, and they followed the horse. When they arrived where Father was working, he carefully helped Tom out of the horse's ear and set him on a stump. And the two men were dumb with astonishment. They could not believe their eyes. Well, they spoke to each other, and then came up to the father and made him an offer. "Sir," they said, "we would like to buy this little person, and to take him home with us, and to take him from town to town to show and get ourselves some money." "Oh, not my son," said the father. "Tom is the apple of my eye, and I wouldn't exchange him for all the money in the world." "Father," said Tom, "I have something to tell you." He lifted him up and listened carefully. He said, "Father, sell me to the men and keep the money, and then I will find my way home. Do not worry." "All right," said his father, "if you think so." And so he took some money from the men, and they set Tom right on his hat as they walked down the road, so that Tom could walk around the brim and have a look about the countryside. Well, they had traveled a little ways when they stopped for a rest, and they set Tom down on the ground. And the first thing he did, he was off like a shot and ran away into the grasses. And there he found a mouse hole and clambered down deep into the mouse hole to hide. And try as they might with sticks and staffs, the two men could not get him out, and finally had to go home with empty purses. Well, Tom crawled out of the mouse hole when all was safe, and spent the night curled up safe in a snail shell. Well, first thing in the morning he heard two men talking by the roadside, but these two men were thieves and were planning on how to steal from the rich parson and get all of his gold and silver. "I can help you," cried Tom. "Who is talking to us? Who is listening?" said the man. "It's just me." And he came out of the snail shell and told them how he could help. So they went to the parson's, and after night fell, they crept up to the bars of the window of his treasure room. And Tom they put through the bars. And as soon as he was inside, he called out as loud as he could, "What would you like me to hand you out the window?" Oh, the thieves were so angry. "Shh," they said. "Don't talk so loud." "What would you like me to give you?" Tom said again. "What's the first thing you'd like me to hand out?" Well, the two thieves ran a little ways away, and sure enough, the maid awoke and sat up in her bed to listen. The thieves came back, thinking perhaps it was safe. But a third time Tom called out, "What is the first item you would like? Would you like the gold first?" And as soon as the maid heard that, she ran to the door and threw it open, and the thieves made off into the forest and were never seen again in that area. And Tom, too, quickly snuck out the door and went to rest in the barn for the night. Well, the next morning, the maid was up before anyone else and went to do her chores, and she brought, first thing, a big armful of sweet-smelling hay to the cow. Unfortunately, Tom was sleeping still in that same hay, and the cow, munch, 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 took a big bite, and Tom didn't wake up until he was inside the cow's mouth, and he thought, "Oh my goodness, I've been trapped in a mill," and had to watch out for the big grinding teeth. And he was swallowed down right into the cow's stomach. He thought, this is a rather unpleasant room. No one has built any windows in this room. And it was unpleasant in many other ways, too. One way, in that it was still filling up with hay. Every bite the cow took, he had less and less space, little Tom, inside of his stomach, until finally he called out, "No more hay! No more hay!" Well, the maid was in the middle of working and milking the cow, and when she heard that, she was so surprised she fell over backwards and kicked over the stool and spilled all the milk. She went running to the parson. "Parson, our cow is speaking to me." Said the parson, "I don't think so. I will take a look." And he followed her out to the barn, and there was the cow, chewing quietly. And as the parson listened, out of the cow's mouth came, "No more hay! No more hay!" My goodness, the parson thought, our cow is bewitched, and there's an evil spirit caught inside. So there was nothing for it but to slaughter the cow. Luckily, they threw the stomach whole onto the dung heap, with poor Tom still trapped inside. Just as he was trying to climb his way out, a wolf came along and gobbled up the stomach whole and set off on his way into the woods. Well, poor Tom now was inside the wolf, but he thought quickly and he called out to the wolf, "Wolf, that was not such a big meal for you. Wouldn't you like a bigger and better meal?" "I'm listening," said the wolf. "Wouldn't you like broth and meat and cakes?" "Yes," said the wolf. "Where is this to be had?" "Oh, I can tell you," said Tom, and he gave him directions back to his own father's house. Well, when they arrived, the wolf crept through the drain pipe and squeezed his way into the storeroom. And there in the storeroom, he ate and ate and ate until he was so full that when he tried to squeeze his way back out the drain pipe, he could not get out again. Well, that's when Tom began to make quite a holler and lots of sound, and at that his mother and father came running and peeked in the window and saw a wolf in their storeroom. Well, the father went right away to get his axe, and the mother got her scythe. And father said, "If I miss him with my axe, then you get him with your scythe." And just as they were about to go in, Tom heard them and called out, "Mother, father, it's me. I'm inside the wolf." Oh my. Well, they made a plan, and the father opened the door and thunk hit the wolf right on the head and knocked him out cold. Then they took their scissors and very carefully cut him open until Tom was released out into their arms. And they hugged him and kissed him and made him a great big delicious dinner. And he said, "I think that I have had enough adventures for now." "Where were you?" they said. What did you get yourself into?" "Well," said Tom, "I was inside a mouse hole. It was inside a snail's shell. I was in the stomach of a cow. And I was inside of a wolf. And I think I'm finished adventuring. And I'm happy to stay safe and sound at home." And from that day on, they all lived happily together, safe at home. Snip, snap, snap, this tale is told.